And now I'm unmuted. Hello, everybody. Hello, all of my Ace Attorney heads. How is it going? It is time, once again, for more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. That's what it is. I actually got the whole title correct this time. That is specifically what we are playing. Case 5, Investigation Day 3. We're almost there. We're almost at the end. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Of this long, pitch black tunnel. I can see it. With my own eyes, I can see it. And I'm glad we can all see it. There is hope. There is hope. We're almost there. It's almost done. And then we get to move on to the second video game. And that's going to be pretty exciting. Hello, everybody. Hello, Ace Attorney heads. Hello, pre-stream chat. Hello, everyone. VOD heads, a series of tubes starting off with 7777777 bits. I really appreciate that. That's like $10 million, I think. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. Hello, Ouija. It is 3 a.m. for me. That sounds late. It is currently 9:13 p.m. here. It's time to start drinking, chat. You know the drill. Cheers, everyone, to the first drink. So, I'm really hoping, God willing, that this investigation goes a little bit better. That would make me really happy. I just finished watching a bit of VOD from yesterday. Boy, what a trial. I like the trial part. It's just the investigation thing was kind of hard for me. Because my brain is too small when it comes to finding clues and evidence and such. I don't know what's wrong with my brain, but I just can't do it very good. I'm going to make posts to my Twitter and my Discord community server. And I have already done that. Okay, it's done. And now we can just continue to drink more and get ready to have a great time playing Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Yeah, baby! So how long do you think this investigation's going to take me? The last one took a little bit longer than I expected. I think it took a little bit longer than any of us expected, but it can't be helped, you know. It was hard, guys. It was hard. About hour and a half? Ooh, is that true, though? Because I kind of want to save the entire trial for the next stream, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do the entire trial tonight. So, I don't know. Thank you, Boink, for the 100 bits. Ouija sax concert win. When I practice more with it, which I've been neglecting to do because I've been busy with other stuff. I really do enjoy playing, but I'm still really bad, and I just haven't had a ton of time to play recently. But soon, I swear to God, I'll get back to it. Hi, Adriana. Time for law. It is indeed time for law. I will dispense justice to all of these fucking criminals. Everyone's going in jail. Every single one. If they're all in jail, then no one can get hurt. Did you ever think of that? Why don't we just do that originally? Oh, but first of all, as any good lawyer needs to do, I must continue to drink so I can prepare myself. Do you still play in your car? That is where I've been playing primarily, yes. Because I don't want to disturb other people in my home. My screaming does that plenty. I don't want to add a saxophone to that mix, you know? And they're loud. I don't know if you know this, but saxophones are kind of loud. You gotta blow into them, and they make all this sound. And it's really not fun to listen to when someone who doesn't know how to play saxophone very well is playing a saxophone. I'll tell you that much. I know because I have to listen to it because I'm the one who doesn't know how to play the saxophone very well. What if they hurt each other in jail? We'll just send them to a different jail. It's as simple as that. How are you learning, lol? Pretty much just through YouTube videos. And just playing and having fun. Which is probably not as effective as if I had an actual teacher that I, like, met with in person to learn from. But it's working out just fine. It's fine. There's a lot of resources out there that'll teach you how to play an instrument for free. It's pretty nice. Can Ouija play Careless Whisper? That one's a little bit advanced for me at this point in time. My friends can teach you. I might have to take you up on that. Having an actual coach would probably be super beneficial. Can you play Dolphin Shoals yet? Not yet, but one of these days. I swear to God, that's like one of the things I want to learn the most. I will play the Dolphin Shoals lick. I swear it to all of you. It shall be played. Maybe not well, but I will do my best. Okay, I think we are good enough to go. Strap in, gamers. It's time. Let's continue. And let's play some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Episode 5. Rise from the ashes like a phoenix. If you didn't get that, that was the joke. Day 3 investigation. Here we go! Let's fucking do it! I need professional help. Thank you for the 100 bits on this Ace Attorney stream. I should tell everyone that right worth is fine and dandy, but let me introduce you to the best Ace Attorney ship of all time, Old Butts. I don't know about that one. February 24th, 3:12 p.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. You should be! What the hell was that in there? Maya would never. I mean, Maya did. She ran away from this entire place, but not during a trial. She would at least stick by me during when I need her most. I'm sorry for what my sister said. Yeah, well, she's kind of a bitch. We know this. Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to. It couldn't be helped in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Right. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me. Why is Phoenix Wright so woefully uninformed of current events, especially pertaining to legal matters like a giant serial killer case? I feel like he should probably have picked up on that somewhere at some point if it was really this popular. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me. What does that mean? I don't know your life story, woman. It's all there in the file. I don't want to tell you. Just read it. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. When he murdered Officer Marshall's brother, he left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma? Did you do it? You can tell me. Like, we'll keep it on the down low. You've already helped me enough. I'll just brush it under the rug. On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? He tried to kill you? That thing you just told me? Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me. And then what happened? So that means you are directly responsible for getting a man killed? Jeez, Emma. I just lost a lot of respect for you. Yeah, I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. Okay, let's talk about that. I'll play therapist right now. Tell me about how that made you feel. I'm going to guess not good. It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the sea. It was a dark and stormy night, yes. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat din din together once she finished her work. Oh my god, that sounds like the other little girl that hangs out around me and had her sister get in trouble because she got murdered. With the dinner and the working. But then suddenly, life got turned upside down. This terrifying man came bursting into the office. Joe Dark, that son of a gun. It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. Jake Marshall's brother. That's right, that is who we're talking about, Phoenix. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage, but before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him, and man, what happened then? Let's open up all of those old wounds. I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office in an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now. A permanent picture in your mind. Let's talk about not that right now. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall, so you weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why why she made up the crime? Well, that's kind of illegal. Made it up? You mean committed a crime? The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so bad. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Okay, so he's going to jail. La 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 la. I'm not hearing any of this. I'm not listening to any of this. I don't want to know because I'm being implicated currently. I think I have something stuck in my ears, so this is all meaningless to me and cannot be used against me in a court of law. Just getting that out there. Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Mr. Edgeworth, using false evidence, after he used the false evidence. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. So it's true. Even though he may not have known it, Edgeworth really is a dirty, stinking cheater who belongs in a jail cell. After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold like she is today. She must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. We got all sorts of family issues. Instead of telling all this to me, you maybe should go see a therapist with your sister. I might have prevented some of these things from happening. So what did you see in the instant that crime occurred? Looks kind of scary, like someone's about to be stabbed to death almost. Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. That is sad. She would have been like 13 at the time. That's got to leave a pretty bad mental scar. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. And then sister was very sad, and I was sad too. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms like, baby. Poor Emma, you've been through so much. Not as much as Maya, but it's still sad. I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. Why not? I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good because I was a 13-year-old girl. 2 years ago, you must have been 14? I thought she was 15. Or is she 16 currently? I don't know. Something around there. What's the difference? Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator for some reason. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimony and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any. I see. That's kind of noble. You should just tell her to stop cheating. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. Well, if it was 2 years ago and she's 15 right now, wouldn't she be 13? Is that wrong? Is that bad math? I am bad at math. Whatever. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Fuck it. There's something that's still puzzling me, Emma. There's actually a lot of things, but I'll ask you about one specifically. You said you were in Lana's office at that time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor? Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning that day? By the police? Yes, that's what I just said. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office. Well, how did he get the knife? That's what I want to know. Where'd he pick this up from? But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? What was the deal? Because the detective's office and questioning room are right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? Man, we're like going full snake mode right now, just repeating everything that's told to us with a question mark at the end. But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force. No, I did not know that. God, I know nothing. I was like born at age 22 or however old. I'm like 24. And just all of the world is totally new to me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who anyone is. It's a mess, man. Phoenix, you've got to do more research on these people you were constantly surrounded by. After the Joe Dart case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor. Lana used to be Lana detective? I'd better have another talk with her. That's a good idea. I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that I don't need to present any evidence to her at this point in time. By God, there's so much of it. The game did just tell me directly to go talk to Lana, so that is what I will do right now. February 24th, Detention Center Visitor's Room. Hello, Lana. Lana. Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence? I didn't think you were the type. I mean, I kinda did. She's, like, not being very truthful at all about anything. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? 'Cause that's like the law and shit? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, I feel like I'm under an obligation to expose this crime that you have committed. Emma told me about you. I must snitch, Lana. I'm sorry. I'll get you off for this one, but you're going straight to jail for the, perjury thing. It's not very cool. Courts don't really like it when you do that. Oh, about how you were a detective 2 years ago, and how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office? Yes. Could you fill me in on the details, especially about that unusual change of jobs, please? Is it that unusual? I mean, I'm half defense attorney and half detective. It's not that weird. I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. You're right, I do. Today's trial. A lot of revelations were uncovered at the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen as well, though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. Then why didn't you tell me about this in more detail from the beginning? Then again, why are you setting yourself up for failure constantly? I'm still so confused about the details. If only there was a way to get more information. Maybe like with one press of a button? That'd be so simple. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? Nope. Totally rigged. Sorry. I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth, except you didn't, though. It couldn't be helped, Emma. Fuck! And there it is. Okay. And cheers, everyone. It could not be helped, Emma. It couldn't. We had to convict him. He was evil. We're the good guys. We put away a bad man. We actually killed him. He got executed, didn't he? I think so. Oh, yeah. Man, we haven't seen an It Can't Be Helped, or It Couldn't Be Helped, same difference, in quite a while. I don't even remember the last time we saw one of these in Ace Attorney. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. I'm still on the edge of my seat waiting for them to bring up the class trial again. Please don't, Phoenix. I beg of you. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul! Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Tell me it's not true, Lana, what the witness, Miss Starr, said. About you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fazed before. It's not saying much, though. She always kind of has the same facial expression. It's true, I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing. And there's that evil fucker. They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? You mean that super not evil-looking guy? He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant, he was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever. They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed. That reminds me of me and my mentor, kind of. Emma really does idolize her big sister, doesn't she? But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution. After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office. Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago. I will do that. 2 years ago, I was second in command of detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right? Yes, Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations, and we're totally not in love. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Yeah, and look how well that ended. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho, because he's like a cowboy, baby. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place, when he tried to murder Emma. I remember that, when she told me. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. That would have been nice to know. First one at the scene of the crime. Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. Was he not handcuffed? That's kind of brave, but okay. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and me. And that's where he found me and tried to kill us. So what was she doing in there? And again, where the hell did he get this knife if he was in police custody right across the room? That's what I want to know. That's what I need to know right now. So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana. It appears so. I was filing some papers, while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. And then, by God, sadness occurred. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies on the floor. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What did you do? Did you cradle sister? To be honest, I freaked out. I picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Can't blame her. After all, her sister must have gone through. It was kind of sad. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SL9 incident. Yes? Quite a coincidence, I don't buy it. I smell some bullshit. What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. There's just no way, just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. Well, clearly not. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall. Yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. Was he always a cowboy, or did his brother dying spur that on? I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Yeah, you don't say. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. I bet it's not. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, in the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself, the chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. Let's do that thing we just talked about. Where would that be? Let's go here first, yes. No one's here today, not even Ms. Starr. How am I supposed to get my steak now? This sucks. Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case, but instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. I am not very good at my job. Hang in there, Lana. Thank you very much for the Prime J-Man Plays Games. Hello, and thank you. 23 months, currently on a 3-month streak. That's kind of epic. Thank you very much. I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. That means quick. Let's move. Let's go up to the High Prosecutor's office. February 24th. So is this the office then? Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee? He took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago, I guess we'll just have to come back later. That is, if Edgeworth still has a job. Let's go. Somewhere that's not here. Yo, Dick, you here? That's not Dick. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Que sera, I don't know Spanish. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I should have known my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. I don't know what that means. Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. That's okay. I think we've scanned that place more than well enough. But Mr. Marshall, why did you do it? Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one. Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind just, giving us the rest of your information since you're going to be in jail for a long time? Looks like I won't be getting a steak lunch today. No, I don't think you're going to get many steak lunches where you're going, Mr. Marshall. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me either. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean, fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon. The murder weapon? You mean the switchblade knife that was with the broken tip? That was Joe Dark's, all right. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised, which was, the blade of the knife was not a perfect match with the wound on the victim sustained. What does that mean? That it didn't get used? It means there's a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. Gasp! However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. Fuck it. Fickle fool. Thank you for the prime, fickle fool. Could the facts have been concealed with forged evidence? Yeah, probably, Phoenix. That is what we've been talking about this whole time. That case left behind scars on all of us. Mostly the victim. The scars that the SL9 incident left behind. Very sad. I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors, not a prospector, sorry. Can you blame me? Around. I had just made detective when it went down. It was our first case together. It was also our last case together. How old was he, your brother? He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. The highest, he got the plaque? He got the trophy? The king of prosecutors. I fucking knew it! What are you looking at me like that for? That's an honor for a prosecutor. Mr. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. The day the SO9 incident took place, that wasn't the same day as... That's right, it was the day of the evidence transferal. Oh my god, that is interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Detective Goodman was murdered and the evidence locker was empty. Why do you think that is? I think to myself, but not ask out loud. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. If every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. How do you mean? Miss Starr was fired and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room with a whole bunch of cacti. What about Detective Goodman? A series of tubes. Thank you for the 100 bitties. I appreciate it. Contrary to popular perception, the phrase is not Spanish in origin. It was evidently formed by a word-for-word mistranslation of English. What will be, will be. Yeah, quesadilla. Thank you. Now I know, and that is important. I will make sure to lock that one away in my vocabulary from now on. If they did something to him too, the commissioners would get fuck. I see it. I see it. Okay. Let's just get this over with, guys. We all know it. We all know what has to happen now. I can't believe I didn't see it sooner. I was too distracted by the fat bits. Thank you, everyone. Quesadilla. Cheers. Quesadilla, if you know what I mean. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? Meaning who? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. What? You're telling me they were totally in love? I can't believe that. the investigation lead, Damon Gant, and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. Boy, those two were just together all the time. It was kind of weird. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office. Yeah, Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left. Huh? What? Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. Now that he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? She went through a horrible traumatic incident, I think. Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. You're her sister? How about you go ask? I don't fucking know. Lana's secret. It all started 2 years ago. Thank you, I Need Professional Help, for the 100 bits. Here, funny man, have some more big old biddies. I will, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. God, he drinks too much, man. It's not healthy. He's just, like, how can you even witness this and not be super concerned about him? It's just sad. It's just kind of sad. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. No, he's not. If only we could have established this sooner. Through open and honest communication. Why can't anyone ever just talk to each other in this game, huh? Why can't we just have a conversation and talk about our feelings and the truth of what's actually going on? He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is this son of a bitch right here, Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Wait! Did he just take off the cap? What was that? Has he not been drinking this whole time? Have I been getting trolled? What was that little animation? That was weird. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator, adios, Bambina. See ya. Okay. He took off the cap and spit it out? Well, wait, so what? The cap's just been on the whole time? He ate the cap. That's what I choose to believe. Let's go into Criminal Affairs Department. Here we go. Hey, yo, Dick! Help me out! This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. Except for those guys that are sitting over there, as always. Maybe they're not even real. What if they're just, like, cardboard cutouts with, like, voice boxes in them? That's what I think. That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Okay. Wow, he actually talked to us. With the chief prosecutor saying what she said, saying what she did, and the decision about what to do, about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those, but okay. Sir, we'd like to have a look around the Chief Gant's office. Yeah, I don't really care. It's not really my duty. Just do whatever you want. It's down the hallway to the left. Really? That's cool, thank you. I mean, we aren't police officers or— Don't talk your way out of it, Emma. Hey, you're right. I changed my mind. Why'd you talk me out of it? Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Yep, let's go. I don't care what you tell me, Chief. Holy shit. This is the most evil office I've ever seen in my entire life. I got a bad feeling about this one. Hello? Are any totally not super evil people up here? Whoa, where am I? This is like a Final Fantasy dungeon boss room. And the chief's office, silly? At least that's what it said on the door, but I'm not so sure. Check out that pipe organ. Is that real? Jesus, why is this here? Was this place like a converted church? Is this like Resident Evil 2 Police Department? Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Lil Ms. Bach. Okay, that's Lil Ultimate Pianist right there. I thought I was— oh. That was great. I could never remember where C was. There he is. Oh, it's you two! Chief Gant! He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Rido, have you been swimming lately? No, I don't know why you're so obsessed with swimming, but I've been kind of busy with the whole murder thing. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full, too, with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence thing? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? I sure do. It's kind of hard to miss, in fact. Look how happy they are. That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He was also a cowboy, I see. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. It's the fucking jar! I see you, jar! Where is the other piece of that jar? I don't act like I don't see it, because I do. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. Phoenix! I can put my finger on it! It's right there! You see it! It's in your backpack, in your Phoenix Wright pockets! You have the entire assembled thing with glue! Just get it! Talk about it! Photo at the award ceremony of Gant, Lana, and Neil. Okay, that's great. That's just great. That's okay, that's great. Anyway, comma. Now, I know he wasn't staring into the camera, but he was just saying nothing while the camera focused on him, so I will take a drink for that. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Bye-bye. Go away. Oh, but this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case is long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, I am going to do that. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get the fuck out! I have a meeting to attend to. Bye-bye. I'm gonna get back in there and I'm gonna find all the clues. Looks like we aren't welcome. It seems that this case is not over with yet after all. What do you mean? Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means he's totally hiding something, and he didn't just want us to get out of his office because he doesn't want his office to be left unsupervised by people he doesn't know very well. You mean like a clue? There's got to be a way we can get inside of the chief's office. How good are you at lockpicking? Emma, do you have any, like, acid that can dissolve the lock? Along with your other concoctions and tricks. Well, this isn't good. Now what? Go back inside? Maybe Dick Gumshoe can help us out. Yo, what's up, hacker? How's it going? Is this the Weegeethegod chat? Yes, you've come to the right place to consume that content. Hey, pal, Detective Gumshoe! Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm just taking a breather. My feet hurt. The music's too loud. I got a headache. You know, I'm hungry. From sitting so long? Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle's between you two in court. That sounds serial. Is it because of what my sister said? It's all because of what your sister said. Yes, that's basically, yeah, it is. That falsified evidence 2 years ago, now Mr. Edgeworth's in hot water, and the whole world wants his blood. Yikes. Yikes indeed. Let's talk about that. Edgeworth's crisis. Oh, I didn't take the drink for that staring into the camera silently thing. I'll do it right now. Cheers, everyone. I feel so bad for Mr. Gumshoe. You know, he kind of doesn't deserve to have a job at all, but the way they treat him here, it's still not cool. It makes me a little bit sad, no matter how deserved it may be. Or is, in this case. So about that, why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, a prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talent as a prosecutor's kept him safe from those who didn't like him. But now with this, Are there really so many people who hate him? Oh, you don't know the half of it, sweetie. In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies. Sounded like a Dachi right now. Hey, Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir. Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat. Okay. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. It seems like you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Maybe. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. I mean, doesn't he always, though? Well, what did you find? The only evidence Doc left behind was during his final attack. His final attack? You mean the final attack that he made? When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, who was trying to protect some girl. I don't know who it was. They gotta feel pretty crummy, huh? Oh, me. It seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was a girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. What was it? Oh, let's see. I think I had something to do with the murder weapon or something. I don't know. Oh, I forget. Just read the papers. I don't fucking know. His powers of recollection never fail to impress. Ain't that the truth? Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory. I will do that. In fact, I'll do it right now. The quote-unquote murder weapon, actually. Here we go, here we go. Take a look at this. About this. Hey, is that? It has the tag attached to it with the label SL9 Incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. Well, not now. Now I have it. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. And was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler. That's right! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what was it? Quickly, before you forget. Yes, quickly now. I need it now. Murder weapon. This knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it, too. That is pretty incriminating. But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? Yeah, I guess not, Emma. That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. Yes, that is correct, Gumshoe. Yeah, well, anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. What do you mean? In the victim? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. Didn't we already do this? I'm getting flashbacks to case 4. Huh? It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber. So, yeah, no, then what are we even forging evidence for? Is that not a pretty conclusive... Huh? I'm confused. Neil's autopsy report added to the court record. Stabbed in the back, died from a punctured heart and a lung. Damn, that sucks. A knife tip was in the wound. How did it break? I guess he's got a really tough heart. Or maybe lungs. The broken tip was found in the victim's body, belonged to the murderer, Joe Dark. Okay. Kind of weird, but alright. Joe Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day, he was on his way home from work. He hit someone with his car. With his car? So it was an accident? Fuck! Damn it, accident! I mean, once you make one car accident, you might as well just become a serial killer, as we all know, right? That's just how that works. Once you have one accident, you must perform an incident after an incident after an incident. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Okay. An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. He got the taste for blood. An animal. He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then, he killed... well, I didn't press A. A kid walked by just then, so he killed him too. A jogger came upon the scene, and he was killed, and then he turned himself in. Damn, so he just went on, like, he was running riot. Seems he was, kind of insane. And also, that's totally a drink. And also, they even said the accident, because it's not an accident. That was the accident that made him become a fucking serial killer. It's pretty important. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So, okay, well, that kind of changes the story then. He turned himself in. Yeah, but in the middle of his questioning, he just ran away. Prosecutor Marshall was chasing him. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Doc was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that the witness wasn't killed. That last witness, aka you, who, I swear to God, you better testify in court next time we're up there talking about this, inevitably. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. I hear he lends out 50ers to whoever needs. It's not about money, but it does concern the chief. His office is a crime scene, right? Also, I'm not sure how my financial situation is currently. I don't think I've been paid in like 2 months, so rinse due. If you could help me out, Dick, that'd just be great. Thank you. It's where the prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. In that very room. The chief's out now and his office is locked, but we'd like to have a look around if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What, really? Any detective's ID card? Why the fuck would they design it like that? Okay, but if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died. Oh. So in other words, Gumshoe is our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. What does Detective Gumshoe want? Can I gas him up about the Blue Badger? Hey, buddy. This guy almost made us lose the case today. Opposite direction, Phoenix. This is a negative. You have to talk positively about him. What are you talking about? He was got in the bloodstain on that evidence locker with his own life. That's more than you can say about most offices nowadays. It would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well. That is true. I have to admit he's right, though. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. The possibility that another murder took place prior to 5:15 p.m. Classic Blue Badger. That video's gonna haunt my dreams forever. It's so weird and creepy. No, I can't do it, not again. So, what does he want to see? Can I use this to pick a lock, perhaps? Brought back to his office by Gant's request. Now, this is kind of weird. Evidence from the past case. What do you think about this? Let me share a little advice. I don't know dick about that. I don't know Gumshoe either. What do I have that he would like to see? I don't have any steak dinners. I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to be here right now. But it's gotta be something. I know it's gotta be. What do you think about this? Let me share a little advice. I don't care about that. Okay, fair enough, fine. Well, you know, we could always, just leave and come back another time. Let's try that. Let's just go away, and then maybe, someone will have something else to say to us. How about that? Yo, my boy! Hey, my boy! February 24th, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. I wonder if Edgy is back yet. There he is! It looks like he's writing something. Okay. What? What are you doing here? He sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. I'm gonna pick that up and read it. I'm gonna breach your trust. Tough day in court, huh? You know? I've had to live the past 2 years with rumors flying around. What's another allegation to me? Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. So, what do you want? Unlike some people, I don't have all day. That's great. Tell me about the forged evidence. There's no excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to, and nothing I do can erase that fact. But you didn't know! You're basically innocent. I mean, that evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error, my responsibility as the prosecutor in charge. That fact remains the same no matter what excuses I might have. It's a pretty good excuse, though, Mr. Edgeworth. I take pride in my work, so tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Even Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Tomorrow's trial. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? Are you good? Are we good? Can we kiss yet? First last year's trial, and now this one. It seems all you do is worry about me. Kiss. Kiss Edgeworth. Phoenix, right now. Emma, go get us some coffee or something. Just get out of the room. To be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow is the last day. It's too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. I never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. What do you mean? The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. It's only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but I knew what I had to do. Use the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That is the description of my job, after all. That was really the only thing on my mind at the time. 'Cause it's my job. Say, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture, something seems strange about it, I tell you what. What do you think about it? Present the picture. This picture was hanging on the wall in the Chief Gant's office. What do you think about that? Prosecutor Neil Marshall had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding? It's a little different than yours. Oh shit, it is a little bit different, ain't it? Yes, you're right. It sure is. Ah, I remember now. Remember what? That was what the official prosecutor's trophy looked like until 2 years ago. I'm sure that there's like a broken off sword tip attached to this trophy. It's totally not relevant to anything, but I will keep it in mind. There's a story behind its design. Tell us. I want a story. I want hot chocolate first, though, please. Maybe wrap me up in a blanket. That sounds interesting. I'll also take a hot chocolate and a blankie. Tell us all about it. It's simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. Good. Okay, let's talk about that later, though. Could you tell us again about what happened that day, please? The day Detective Goodman was murdered? You were a participant in a ceremony over at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I mean, you can. People are just gonna think you're an asshole. I finished up at the office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is until I was asked to take something back. What was that? This screwdriver, which we were just talking— Oh my god, Chief Gant asked you to hold on to that, didn't he? Yes, he did. It was a piece of evidence in a case that was closed half a year ago. He asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. That's the story we heard yesterday. So you came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. Okay. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with 2 characters. The first means halberd, and the second means shield. You have heard this story. Me? I know nothing about anything, Edgeworth. You should know this, but you should tell us both. And I'm still waiting on my blankie and hot chalky. Very well. Tell me about the ancient Chinese mythology, Edgeworth. This is what I was waiting for. You know what? Every time we have to bring up ancient Chinese mythology, I will take a drink, okay? That seems fair. Let's see. Oh my fucking god. Hold on. There's a spider. I see it. Okay, spiders. I've conquered the spider. I don't like them. There's too many. There's too goddamn many. I didn't like it. There was a brown widow the other day. Not a brown widow. What are they called? I don't know. They're pretty venomous. They bite and hurt a lot. They're assholes. I forget which. I don't know. I hate spiders. I live in the rural suburbs of Kansas currently, and there are 2 brown recluse. Yeah, that's what I should have known that off the top of my head because they're all over the goddamn place, so I have to be really careful. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks and it's not fun. Cheers, by the way. Cheers. So, long ago in the kingdom of Chu, there was an arms merchant. One day, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute, that sounds kind of contradictory. Those claims contradict each other. Did you know that, Edgeworth? Yes, but then again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items discredit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. He was a very stupid salesman, and thus the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Wow, that's crazy. Oh, cool. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize... Precisely so, they symbolize the merchant's items. Well, that's a sword. And or a dagger. Definitely not a halberd, but close enough. Yeah, whatever. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, that's so cool. I learned something and had fun doing it. That's funny. If that's so, then why were you only given a shield, I don't know. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. Maybe because it was involved in a crime, Chief Gant. King of Prosecutors Trophy updated in the court record. 2 years ago, the halberd was removed at Gant's behest, giving it its current form. That is weird. That's kind of odd. Anyway, I guess I'm done here. See ya. I'm extremely nice. I agree. Thank you very much for the tier 1 sub. That is extremely nice of you. Do you have Zero Escape on the 2 playlist? It's another Spike Chunsoft roller coaster ride. Thank you again for the good streams. I have seriously considered Zero Escape. I may play it in the future. Maybe. I don't want to spoil anything. But yeah, maybe. Probably. Guaranteed. Look forward to it immediately after I beat this game, in fact. Excuse me. Oh my god, what do you want? Give me bento. I'm hungry. Would you like a quarter pound of roast beef? Ms. Star, I guess she's out of lunches. You certainly are the curious sort, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. Okay, I'm just gonna take a drink for that one. That's a certified Ms. Star moment. Also not where I thought she was going with that. But how could I have predicted it? Because that's just a really weird thing to say. And how are you so sure they put their mouths right up to it? Who can say for sure? Cheers, everyone. Every time we talk about sucking a cow's nipples, I will take a drink. Cheers. It's like something Teru Teru would say. Just weird and irrelevant, and I don't like it. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up that case from 2 years ago. Everyone in that trial was involved in the SL9 incident, so yes. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. This cannot be all attributed to a mere coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? Probably. You know, that little scene I happened to witness. The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. Yeah, I've heard all about it. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Okay, I don't care about the roast beef right now. Miss Star's hatred toward Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. However, I am hungry. I will take the roast beef. Dark investigation. Joe Dark, that's a name I'll not soon forget. I would hope not. It was only 2 years ago. It's a pretty big deal. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was ever more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. You mean because of his brother's death? That would probably be pretty sad. They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. He became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? Lana. My sister. The best of the best were put on that SL9 case. Of course they were led by that legendary duo. Them! These assholes, Lana and Chief Gant. We already knew that, yes. Don't freak out about it now, Emma. We knew. That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we were so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of the evidence and the whatnots? That was pretty fucked up. Don't get me wrong. Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. But not to the judge, though, or the jury, so we got away with it. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. Very, very suspicious. But you don't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. Huh? That's like what you're claiming right now about seeing the Lana stabbing incident. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duties, most without even so much as an explanation. Then Lana Sky transferred to the prosecutor's office and became chief prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. What? Lana Sky was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take, at least. So she was being used as a pawn, you say? Okay, legendary duo. Damon Gant and Lana Sky. Man, those two went on so many business trips together for days at a time. It sure was weird. Gant led the investigation with Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Damon Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. What is that supposed to mean? By that, I mean his ability to attract evidence, is what I'm talking about, clearly. He'd produced the most incredible evidence in the case he handled. Incredible evidence, you mean? Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I take it she's talking about forged evidence, probably. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Huh? Really? My sister? Yes, myself included. I was a stupid idiot for thinking that, though. She hated anything crooked and always watched out for the other detectives. Oh, she was just the worst. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Mr. Marshall. When Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would ever have recovered from his shock. I don't think he ever did, is the problem with that. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Miss Starr. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? I don't know. I'm only her sister. I don't know her that well. Being used. Lana transferred to the prosecutor office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. Chief. That's right. Having solved the SL9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. And that was the prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. That makes almost too much sense. Like, is this misdirection? It seems a little bit too obvious, but sure, yeah. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude there must have been a reason for her chip. Blackmail! Final answer, blackmail. Probably. If I know one thing about this game, it's that it loves its blackmail. At last, I'm finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope you turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Right, sick food analogy. I'll see you later. So about that office, Dick. I'm gonna need to get in there, whether you want me to or not. February 24th, Police Station Criminal Affairs Department. Oh, you back? Yeah, you're still here, huh? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? What? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer is still no. What? I'm not letting you into the chief office, period. You just can't do it. It'll be my neck on the line. That office is the last crime scene in the SL9 incident, Dick. You gotta let me in! I have to take a look in there. I have to do it. There's got to be something we can do to make the detective change his mind. There has to be indeed. Neil's autopsy report. Let me share a little advice. I don't want that. Let me share a little advice. I don't want that either. I'll just go down. Oh, presentation. To think people are accusing him of injustice? I, for one, ain't buying it. You're looking into the case for Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, it was a pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. After all, a serial killer was on the loose. But Lana was pretty clear in her confession. She forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dart guilty. What do you think about the videotape, sir? Didn't we already talk about it? No, okay. I'll be back. I'll be right back. No, we've already done this. Attorneys and prosecutors have no business showing evidence outside of court. That's true. What about this one? No. I don't think she's having any of it. Just to be sure, no. No, I don't believe that's it. Let us move back to here. Nope. What do you think about any of this? Okay, now I'm lost. Now I'm, in need of assistance, chat. Was labeled again, the SL9 incident. Yeah, the name of everyone connected to this trial is listed in here. All that's left is to figure out just what role everyone plays in this. If we search hard enough, we will find it. That's what we'll do. That's what we're gonna do right now. That's what I'm coming up on doing right now because it's gonna be so obvious for me. Here we go. Check this out. Move to... Okay, what does he want? What does he want? If I were to guess... I don't know. I don't know. What does he want, man? I don't think I have anything. King of Prosecutors. This got updated. What do you think of this? Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors Award, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah. We all know. He had a thing for Shield Seed. That's not exactly the version we heard. Nah, but this one sounds more exciting. Anyway, it gets kind of gory after that. I'll spare you the details. That was not helpful. It was new, but it wasn't helpful. Blue Badger, Goodman's autopsy, Goodman's note, Lana's cell phone, parking lot floor plans, crime photo, victim shoe, switchblade knife, luminal testing, fluid ID card, fingerprint set, screwdriver, Goodman's lost item, evidence room floor plan, rubber glove, evidence locker, unstable jar, Marshall's fingerprint, security video, SL9 incident file, team picture, Neil's autopsy report. I'm a lawyer, you know. You see this? You have to let me in, like, legally. It's your job to let me in to wherever I need to go. Fuck. It didn't work. I don't know, chat. I'm unsure. Let's go talk to Edgeworth again, I guess. And if anyone feels like chiming in to make the stream much less painful, that is at your discretion. Talk. I already did. Examine. Oh, that's the paper! I wonder what he was writing before. I remember now. Yeah. Okay, I didn't even read chat for that one. Go back to Edgies and do the thing you were going to... Okay, well, now I see that, but let the record show that I did, in fact, figure that out myself. Come on, Mr. Wright, let's take a look. Are you stupid or something? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Just distract him. I'll check it out. How am I going to distract Edgeworth? What could I possibly do to distract him? Hey, Edgeworth? Is that Detective Gumshoe out the window there? Oh my god, he is falling to the ground? What? First, let me see what this girl is doing crawling around my feet. He did not even pay attention to me. What letter of... If you're having trouble reading, I'll read it for you. I always am, Edgeworth, please. It says letter of resignation. Whoa, Edgeworth! Resignation? Edgeworth, you don't mean what I think the word or the definition for resignation means, do ya? I'm tired, right? I feel as if something inside me has died. But Mr. Edgeworth, none of it's your fault. I know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done, and no one else should forgive me either. Ah, jeez, here we go. I think he's serious right now. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. This letter of resignation, I wonder if I can use it for anything? Do I show that to Gumshoe? Edgeworth's discarded letter of resignation? He is not fucking around. Okay, that's totally gonna... That's gonna give Gumshoe the motivation he needs, right? To let me in. Don't worry, my friend, I'll be back for you. Or, you know, if you want to quit and just come join Wright & Co. law offices, it could be Wright and Edgeworth law offices. Think about that, huh? Wouldn't that be nice? We could live a nice, happy life, you know. Maybe adopt the girls, Emma and Maya, and just live happily ever after. Everything would be great. Criminal Affairs Department. Present! Look at this! What's this crumpled up piece of paper? No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious! No, he is serious, remember? Is he ever not serious also? I can't believe they pushed him this far! Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible. When I first met him, I thought he was cold as ice, too. But I know different now. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence, which I never did a single time, but I tried. And he was a good friend still. But we betrayed him! Detective, I'm sad. Okay, I'll break the law for you. That's it. I've made up my mind. Fuck it. But, here, take my ID card. We can't do that if someone found out. They wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this, for Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Okay, detective. Thank you. Gumshoe's ID tucked swiftly into the pocket. A police department ID card allows access to areas of the PD open to detectives. Thanks, Dick. But what is it? Is it 77777? You're fucking me. What is it? I can't look? Examine. Closer. Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face. Look, his eyes are half shut. Yeah, and his mouth is half open. I can't not drink for the art misrepresenting the text on this one, chat. I feel like this is pretty concrete. Cheers, everyone! Yeah, I need my glass. It says 47 something. I do see it. You're not incorrect. It's totally not 7777. Because if that's the case, then the art is really misrepresenting what the case would be. And that would make me mad. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Okay. Hey, each of his shirt buttons is off a notch. And he's got the narrow end of his tie in front. God, he's so stupid and ugly. I love this man. I think this goes beyond being a photogenic issue. That's not what I'm interested in. He's a handsome and beautiful boy. Just look at the goddamn ID code, Phoenix. Put on your Phoenix Wright glasses and read, damn you. I'm sure it's not important. Can I see that list one more time? Where was that list? Was it 47 something? No. That was totally not. It's gonna be the 7777777 one, isn't it? I got a bad feeling, guys. Move to here. It's time to investigate. February 24th, Police Department. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Click. Beep, 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 beep. Why would this open for anyone's police ID card? Is that not a horrible idea? It just don't seem like a good idea. Look at that guy. That guy's got a small knife. Is that the thing? Is that the thing from the trophy that knight is holding? We're in. If anyone finds us now, we are going to go to jail, like, forever. We're gonna be so fucked. It's not even funny. And then Maya will have to come bail us out. And that would just be too embarrassing for me to live with. Detective Gumshoe's fucked. And so are we, also. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Eek! Gah! Slap, I guess. Emma, you gotta chill. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I remember when she said that. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah, Detective Gumshoe! What are you doing and sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in his pocket. Hey, don't do that to my cot. Wait, why would we do that? That doesn't... Okay. I hardly ever get a chance to come in here. I really like the giant evil-looking pipe organ and the dude in armor, so I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. I'm probably gonna get fired anyway, so fuck it. Who cares? I'll take a poop on his desk. I don't really care. You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Now come on, let's see what we can find out. I've got a bad feeling about this. I did not mean to press that button. Cheers, baby, cheers. For the bad feelings. I have a great feeling about this. Just like one of the best feelings I could possibly have. My water cup is out of water! Hang on, chat. I'm so sorry to waste everyone's valuable and precious time like this, but I must pour water into my water cup. Or else I will dehydrate and not be able to stream. Baby Yoda? Unfortunately, it is still... Well, not unfortunately, because this cup is larger and better. This is World of Warcraft, Wrath of the Lich King, Arthas Lich King cup. And let me tell you, it's a good cup. It's a nice big cup. I like it. It makes me happy. I haven't been using Baby Yoda cup in a while, Adriana. I hope you understand this. It's not as large. It's still pretty big, but it's not as big. And I need the biggest cup possible, and that's the one in my hand right now. I love Baby Yoda cup, don't get me wrong. But this is a job for Arthas, Wrath of the Lich King, you see. Cheers. Yeah, it's been like quite a minute since I've been switched over to this new cup. Bring back Baby Yoda cup, please? Maybe. We'll see. We'll just have to wait and see. I've got a bad feeling about this. Talk! Chief's office. That desk on the other side of the room, was that your sister's? Yeah, that's where I was waiting for Lana on that day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is entirely Chief Gant's office now. He practices a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. That's a really stupid... I feel like I'm probably going to find a lot of incriminating evidence over there. Probably should have thrown it away. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. He told us so himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. I see. I'll drink for that one, brother. Cheers! Getting wasted at the Christmas party? Cheers! Sorry, the New Year's party. Cheers for that one, Gant. I'd like to swim with you. You seem like quite the bro. Even if you're super turbo evil. Which, by the looks of that giant pipe organ, you kinda are. But, like, he still seems cool, though. At least he'd lend you $50. So how bad could he be, really? So ever since Lana left, no one has ever touched that desk? Like, at all? Like, a single time? No one except Chief Gant. And the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Oh man, do we have to investigate her next? Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clues remaining except for blood and fingerprints and all the things that we can detect. Can I ask you something? Okay. You only came here to look around, right? Because it's one of the SL9 crime scenes? I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? That is why we are here, yes. Why? You don't think... Nah, no. No, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry. No. Okay. Now, let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Don't you mean not so fast, pal? Huh? What? When someone tells you don't worry about it, it's supposed to stop bothering you, pal. You just don't... You don't let it go after that. Okay. Dick, I need you to back the fuck off right now. I am kind of busy, and we don't have a lot of time. What is it, Gumshoe? You two don't think Chief Gant might be sus, do ya? What? He's right, Mr. Right. What do we think of him? Have you seen the man? Have you seen the pipe organ? Hello? You tell me, Chief Gant. So it's finally come to this. Have you seen his cross tie? What do I think of him? Well, he seems like a cool guy, so he's probably totally innocent, but perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, ignoring me again. That makes me sad, pal. I'm sorry, pal. I gotta do what I gotta do. It's examine time. Oh, 1228. I remember, 1228. This is a safe in it. Safe. That word is ripe with intrigue. Okay, I don't know what that means, but it looks like a code needs to be entered in this panel to open it. 1228. It's 7 digits? No. No, definitely. Do you know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know! You want me to try my birth date? No, it's not what I'm asking. I have a better idea. Here goes nothing! Input code. Okay, if you say so. Wait a minute, no! No, can I not scan for fingerprints here? Oh, that would be like the perfect opportunity to decipher the code for myself! Yeah, we all know what it is. Of course it is, guys, come on. Of course it is. You don't think that was gonna be obvious? Come on. Bingo! What number did you enter? Whose birthday was it, pal? It was 7777777777. That, you know, the final thing, the important thing. What? The number of the mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 777777, that ID number? I think you're 1-7 shy this time, but yeah. This is, man, Chief Gant. For being chief of police, he's kind of, not super secure with his shit, is he? It's not a good code. It's gonna get hacked, man. This can only mean one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number, probably. Say, anyone care to look inside? Yeah, me. Out of the way, Dick! Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's a... Oh my god, it's a shard from a broken cup. I think it's a jar, maybe a vase, or an urn. This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this Phoenix, come on. There's something else in there, too. A handprint? What is this? It looks like leather cloth? Looks like it's, about to get dusted. It's a handprint in it. Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. You think the chief made up the design? I don't think so. Oh, well, it was just a thought. Is that it? Is that all there was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. Except that was, like, pretty helpful. At the end of the day, a piece of cloth with a handprint on it and a broken shard from a cup. They look like pieces of evidence to me. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. That's just great. Now I have to prove their relevancy to get them. How are these two items related to the SL9 incident? Come on, there's got to be something we can show the detective. We can. And I will right now. Present Exhibit A. Detective Gumshoe, could you look at the jar? I remember when the three of us put that back together. Ah, those were the days. It's kind of early to be nostalgic, but wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the shards had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one that was in the safe? Yes, of course, yes. Ah! Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. I bet it does. Here, I'll do it. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do. All right, Mr. Wright, here's the glue. If I can piece this together again, it'll prove something important. Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Here goes. Oh, jeez. This took me a while last time. Let's see if I can do better now. I'm a genius. Looks like blood to me. There! It connects! That, of course, means Chief Gant did willingly and knowingly hide a piece of evidence. Why did he do that? In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. But, hey guys, get a load of this! What? This piece you just attached, it's different from the other pieces. Why? It's got all the blood? I mean, there was other pieces with blood on it, weren't there? Yeah, look at all that. Oh, is that kanji? There's a reddish line on it. A reddish line? Does that say something? I don't fucking know. That's blood? I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? Unstable jar updated. Evidence from the SL9 incident. Final fragment found in Chief Gant's safe. Blood traces. That is weird. Examine. How do I examine further? Look at it. I want you to really put your face up to this one. Hey, look here. It's hard to make out, but there's a dark red stain. No, it's not that hard. It kind of looks like blood, and it's super obvious. This piece the Chief has is different, though. The blood stains on the other pieces are just spots. But this one's a line? That is weird. What if I look at the line upside down, though, huh? What does that spell? Does that say anything in under, like upside down code that I can understand? I don't think so. But I'll keep that in the back of my mind. I'll pull up MS Paint if need be. Talk, nothing. So, about that handprint with the leather thing. Surely it's important, but what is it important to? Maybe this? I can't believe Officer Marshall would do something like that. You know Officer Marshall? Of course I do. He was like a mentor to me. When I first started out, he even gave me a small cactus. Really? He said, Dick, she'll listen to all your troubles. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe talks to a cactus. Hard to believe he's just a patrolman now. Someone ought to trade places with him. What? Why are you looking at me like that? No reason. Absolutely no reason. What about this? If I'm fired, I won't be able to give you any information. So that's why I have to get it all out of my system right now. You understand, don't you? Don't be so negative, Detective. We do want you to share your information, though. Oh, who am I fooling? I've never had anything useful to share to begin with. Arg, got to say, positive. I mean, it's not entirely incorrect, but let us look for blood right now. That's what I'll do. That's my next plan. Here we go. Hey, I just bought some of that stuff. Now I can go around detecting blood traces too. Wow, that's the new type. I've never seen that bottle before. Add 3 inches to your base height. What? Base height? Hey, let me see that. Looming tall, new and improved growth formula. You mean this can't detect any blood traces? Well, it's not quite the same thing as luminol. So that's why the lady at the counter had that smirk on her face. Womp womp. Okay, examine. Now I can spray, that's right. Let's do it! But where exactly do I spray? This is so annoying. Hold on, if I switch to mouse and keyboard, that is not much better. If I'm painting the screen, then like it's all gotta get painted anyway. Where's the blood? I need to find the blood. Hang on, I know it's around here somewhere. It has to be. It is the scene of a murder, after all. So, I'm sure if I just keep on spraying, I can and will find it. Right over here on the keys? No. No blood on the keys. It's probably over here, if I had to guess. Keep on searching. Haha! Look at that! That's blood. Examine. Bam. Whoa, this must be where... this must have been covered in blood. Yes, yeah. Is this from that incident? It must be. When Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. 2 years have passed, so the reaction's kind of dull. So a murder really did take place here, didn't it? Okay, I guess that's that then. I bet there's more, though. I bet there's gonna be more, though. Where's the rest of the blood? I know there's more. There's no more blood? Was that really it? That's not good. Also surprising. Okay, I guess not. We're done here. Examine further. Look at this thing. These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Oh, that makes me sad. These are plates. Hey, those are the plates we got from the theme park. Look at the computer. This was Lana's desk. It sure is tidy. You can almost see your reflection in it. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. There's not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Does Lana ever come back to here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of their partnership. They were the stuff of legends. Does he keep it in his memory? Does he keep it in memory of her or in memory of the crime? I wonder. Look at picture again. What a nice picture. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of the questioning room and tried to kill Emma. Very sad stuff. After receiving his award trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture here. Then went along with Chief Gant to question Doc. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Oh, you think? Probably not. I wouldn't. Window? Look at that giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside? Huh? What? I'm gonna... Dick, are you okay? This is the 15th floor. I know. But still... What? Ever since making Detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Note to self, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window when he gets fired. Don't say stuff like that! That's damn, Phoenix. That was a weird exchange. That was really weird from everyone's part right there. Okay, look at the organ. What does the organ tell us? I'm gonna take the drink now. I'm not sure what I'm drinking for, but like that conversation feels like it deserves a drink, if anything. And so I will, and so I am. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. Great. The Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally, we hear him playing it from the Criminal Affairs Department. That's not the most evil thing I've ever heard in my life. That's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th floor of an entirely different building. When a detective screws up, the chief calls them to his office and makes them listen to the organ for hours. What's so bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, the detective can't hear anything for days except for the ringing in their ears. Jesus Christ, this is like... That's kind of... You gotta take that one to HR, I think. So it's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the chief's ears affected? He never listens to anyone anyway. That's besides the point. Okay. Well, how am I going to prove... I didn't look over here, did I? Look at the phone. Look at that fancy phone. Wow, look at the size of the Chief Gant's desk. Speaking of that, when we were here earlier... Oh, it's you two, Chief Gant. He put that paper he was reading in his desk. Oh my god, I'm going to totally steal that from him. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. A list of evidence? In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this, though. Wait a minute, that's kind of weird that you're saying that. Look at the case names. Huh? SL9 incident? I wonder what this is doing here. Wait a minute, detective. What did you just say? I said I wonder what know about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. That's right, I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. A half-size list of evidence? Wait a minute. The list of evidence, it seems too short. Most lists run twice as long. Oh my god, what would the other half of the list be doing in here? I knew it, the chief must be hiding something about that case. You don't say. We already looked in the case. It would appear so. Yes, yes. Evidence list added to the court record. List of evidence in the SL9 incident was ripped in half, so this part is all I've got. Interesting. Look at it again? Wow, look at the size of the desk. Okay. It's all, we already did it. Look at the night. Is there a man hiding in there right now, and he's gonna pop out as a key witness during the trial? I bet there is. I bet the bird's in there still, Paulie. This is the real deal, isn't it? This armor and these weapons? Sure is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor? Do you know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? Oh, Emma. Welcome to the real world, sweetie. That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. Based! That's a drink. That's definitely a drink right there. Good girl. We have taught you well, Emma. Cheers for that one. Fantastic stuff. Great. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful of what you say. Who knows? The chief may be hiding this in this armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there, but someone else might. I'm still not ruling it out. You know what I want? I want the armor to come to life right now and pop off the helmet, and Maya's in there. That's what I want. Show me that, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, please. Even if he did, he'd never be able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. Okay, well, there's that. We now know that Emma is going to commit tax evasion, so that's pretty epic from her. You can seem pretty far from the 15 stories up. If you were to drop that suit of armor out... At first, the chief wanted to use stained glass for this window. Man, that would have completed the evil dude aesthetic, wouldn't it? Really? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh, stained glass or not, it's a huge window. It's like a massive window. It's one of the biggest windows I've ever seen. Look at this pot. Jar? Look at these jars. Look at this fine china. There's the crystal ball. I already know that's getting thrown at the furnace. We already know that. So. About that piece of cloth. How do I make that relevant, huh? Examine again the safe. Let's see. It's a safe, isn't it? Safe? Ripe with intrigue. Right. Present what? I've already shown all the hand-related things. Except this one, maybe? No locker can be opened without a fingerprint match. Besides, there's no reason for the murderer to touch his own locker. Hey, wasn't your locker the one with the blood on it, detective? The handprint of the real murderer's gloved hand, without any fingerprints. Shh! If they come to arrest me, you'll defend me, won't you? If that happens, I think you'll do better pleading with Edgeworth. If you know what I mean. Damn, dude, I don't know. Can I... Detective Gumshoe? I'd like you to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. So you want to take some fingerprints? Yes, please. That's a great idea, detective. All right, go to town. Sheesh. He said sheesh. That's what the kids say nowadays on TikTok and whatnot. What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead. Take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints we wanted to take. Huh? Come on. This isn't the time for jokes, detective. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh, I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? Sheesh. He said sheesh again. Do I take a drink every time someone says sheesh? I don't understand that meme. I think I'm getting too old. Is that a TikTok thing? I don't understand. Why do people say that? I don't get it. I can't keep up with the young people these days. Where's your sense of humor, pal? On TikTok. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's check for prints. You know what to do. Yeah, then once they've been absorbed with the prints, what are you, my mom? I don't need to be told 1,000,000 times. Just shut up, Mom. All right, let's do it. I choose you, middle finger. That's what I'm giving whoever tells me I'm bad at this game, if you know what I mean. Oh yeah, spray on that powder, we're doing great. I'm gonna get it first try, watch this, ready? I hope you are ready for first try fingerprint. This is huge. I don't think this has ever been done before, and I will definitely get an achievement on Steam for doing it. Watch this, I'm about to blow so hard. I'm like a professional blowman. Here we go! Boom, easy. Look at that. Whose is it? I want to know who's... It's Jake Marshall! Is it? No. It's... Oh, no. Emma, what did you do, Emma? That's an Emma print. I see it. Why'd you do it? Match found. Yeah, it sure was. No. How can this... What? What are Emma's fingerprints doing here? Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? I don't know. They're too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match, actually. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints. Did she? She didn't. No way. Psst. Hey, you, over here. Okay, go over there, Emma. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Don't ask me, I don't fucking know. Let's just keep this information from her for now, you know? She's a very sensitive girl. She doesn't need to know about this, okay? Here, maybe you should hold on to this. Piece of cloth folded and added. Found in Chief Gant's safe, evidence for something, but what? Bears Emma Sky's prints. Well, was I any help? Of course you were. You always are, my friend. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Oh, shit. Now, that's not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right? You in the coat? Eek! Chief Gant, slap him, Emma! We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run right into a pole. Just then, I thought of a certain detective. I don't know what that has to do with anything, sir, but okay. Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all to go to jail because you have committed a serious crime today. Okay, sorry, I'm 16, you can't throw me away. Haha, good luck, Phoenix and Dick. Oh, you in the coat. Who, me? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. But, sir... Now, get out! Yes, sir! I am sad now. We'll be on our way too, then. Thanks for not getting us arrested. Thanks. Wait! You, the one with the spiky hair, don't go yet. Me, sir? I'd like a word with you. But, sir, I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. I'm a 16-year-old girl. You with the spiky hair, you're free to go. Oh, I'm good? Wait a minute, I guess you're chief of police, so you can do whatever you want, but... Oh, this is not good. This is really bad. This is certifiably bad. Mr. Right! No! Sorry, gotta go, bye. Look, pal, if I've told you once, I've told you 1,000 times, the chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. But why has she kept eerily silent about it all this time? Anyway, you listening to me? I'm gonna try to smooth things over with Chief again. Later, pal. Godspeed, good luck. After that, I heard from Emma. She said the police wanted to ask her some questions, so she'll be busy for the rest of the day. That's not good. February 24th, Detention Center Visitor's Room. Yo, Lana, we are in some hot water. We committed a bunch of crimes, and we need your help. Even though you're behind bars, can you just, You already killed one person. Can you do it to that Chief Gant guy? He seems like an asshole. I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. It's no use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in the court, and you are totally screwed. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, which is why I'm here, but the thing I just said about being totally screwed still stands true. But I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over these past couple of days is absolutely nothing! Not a single useful thing has ever come out of your mouth! Really? I believe I did mention something quite important, something I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. You know, I think I finally figured it out. I know who it was lurking. Who it is that's lurking behind your words. Mia did a good job mentoring you. I'm rather jelly. You should be, huh? Don't you dare talk about... It seems Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth? Once you're convinced you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Now's my chance to go... to get her to tell me the rest of the story. God help us all, I hope she does. Look at this photograph. Showing evidence isn't going to do me any good now. I've got to talk to her. Mr. Wright, talk to me, okay? Keeping quiet. I have to admit, I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it, yet there was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. Not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. It's that you're incapable of doing so because of a certain someone. What an intriguing notion. A certain individual, you say? So you think I'm protecting this person? Yes! Protecting? No, I think you're afraid of, and protecting is more like, huh? If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you, perhaps through blackmail, to stay silent. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, whom, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of? What is it? Bitch, don't play coy with me. Take this. Well, Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, you are addressing the chief prosecutor. Do not forget your place. I take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about what you think you know? Yes, I can. Have you seen the pipe organ? It's super evil, Lana. We were partners. Just partners, I promise you, until 2 years ago. I respected him a lot. And also as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, tell me something. Why would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. That I cannot save you from. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly tampered with the evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command for the investigation. Yeah, you, but also one other, Gant himself. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you'll need more than just words. Show me proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Oh, with pleasure, ma'am. I mean, this helps, but it's not, like, definitive. Show the pot. Look at this pot. I found this inside the pot. This is a jar piece, and this is a piece of cloth. I didn't show the piece of cloth, but good enough. Do you know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself with the weakest code of all time. He might as well have typed in password for his password. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for him? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised, I cannot disobey the Chief's orders, even if it means being found guilty for murder. Why are you so whipped? Is it that good? Come now, Mr. Wright. You can't possibly expect me to be able to tell you all that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say, follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Tell me about that. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I thought. Despite what everyone believes, you were not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Who could have seen that coming? I was trying to take the body out of Edgeworth's car. The trunk's lock was broken, and I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. The murder weapon while inspecting the body? You mean Edgeworth's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. That's the knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife! I couldn't just leave that knife in him, so I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife. That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. Man, you're just... Okay, I guess so, sure. And that is the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes, it seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then... she saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Ms. Starr, huh? That sure is convenient timing. Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? I ask again. It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that by whatever means possible. So you hid Dark's knife. The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in Joe Dark's case. If word got out, which it would, the reporters would have would have a field day with that. So you wrapped the knife in your scarf and you hid it. Not well, but you did hide it. In Edgeworth's exhaust pipe like it wouldn't be found immediately. Right then, I called my sister to tell her what happened and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone on the force to know about this. That didn't end well for me. That would explain why Emma is so confident, in fact, about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling. Fuck, that's a bad feeling. That's a drink. Bad feels equals good drinks. About one of them that day. A bad feeling? Hi, Scuzz, also. How's it going? Hello. I'm pouring a drink. The drink must be poured for the bad feelings. We're having a lot of bad feelings today. I am many good drinks in. Cheers to that, brother. Salud. The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. To Jake Marshall? Why in the fuck would anyone want to willingly talk to this human being? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident had been murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. Oops! Horrible judgment, Lana! However, it seems that after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh! You mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things into his own hands. So everything would have been fine if Jake Marshall would have listened to Lana. Probably not, but that's what I'll choose to believe, so it throws Jake Marshall under the bus that much more. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman and tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, but it seems he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. Right. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. So your phone call caused the incident, goddammit, in the evidence room. Drinking for the incident. That is the incident. Don't turn your back on me. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, could you please tell me more, though? I understand that you have this weird, like, ride or die mentality, but for the love of God, cut the bullshit, man. Just tell me what's going on. You've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Well, I am one of those things. legally, but I'll drink anyway. Cheers. Have you played Hollow Knight on stream? No, but I have played that game. It's really good. When's Silk Song? Does that have a release date yet, chat? Tell me. Now, please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. I am totally going to do that. Tomorrow's trial? There's only one way to drive off Lana's demons. I've got to get to the bottom of everything! And I'm going to, too. It doesn't have a release date? Ooh, that's sad. But, well, look. They have proven themselves to be very competent. They can take all the time they need to make that video game. They have all of it. I totally understand. I want that game to be as good as possible, because if it's going to be like Hollow Knight, but just improved, it's going to be a fantastic game, and I can't wait. But I will wait, because I want them to have all the time they need to make it as good as possible. Detective Goodman's real murderer. Yes. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago? I don't know. To be continued! It is time to be continued. In fact, that wasn't too bad. That was what, like 2 hours? Something like that? Save your progress. I will save my progress, in fact. Boom. Progress has been saved. Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. Final day, trial former. This is it. So you're telling me this next trial that I'm going to do is going to be the last trial that I ever do? That is kind of crazy. Except it's not crazy, because I still have a whole lot more Ace Attorney content after this anyway. It's a trilogy pack after all. I even own a lot of the games that I can play. I hate to bust your balls here, chat. I really do. Except I don't. But I'm going to stop streaming today. And tomorrow is going to be the final day of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy, Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are going to do this trial tomorrow. We are going to get to the bottom of all of this. And it's gonna be great. I wanted to save the final trial for its own stream anyway, so, like, don't feel too bad, because this was all, like, premeditated. I've kind of, like, tricked you. So that means you should totally follow me on Twitter. You should follow me on here. You should join my Discord. You should do everything you gotta do. And I'll see you all tomorrow at around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we are going to do great in that trial and get another A. And we're going to find the true killer, and my witness is going to be Emma, and it's going to be so sad, but, like, we'll figure it out anyway. It's a whole bunch of goodness is going to happen. We are also going to raid Joe Sniffy. I see that he is online, /raid Joe Sniffy. Everyone go say hi. I'm going to stop the stream now. Thank you all very much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow at around 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Follow me on everything: Twitter, Discord, this place, twitch.tv/WeegeeTheGod. And without further ado, Joe Sniffy, take it away!